Welcome to Words for Wednesday for February 10th, 2021. And I promise today to talk about imposter syndrome. That pattern believing that our skills, our talents, our achievements are simply not good enough. That we don't belong, that maybe we're a fraud. And worse, that maybe others will discover this, that we'll be exposed for what we think we are, less than what we should be. And there's a psychological level to this, but I'm going to speak to the more common level that many of us experience. And I say us, because I experience this certainly as well, particularly when attempting new things. I think many of us do, including Tom Brady, who's behind me, or at least his jersey on the wall. And for all of his accomplishments, he likely experiences it many times as well. Because the reality is, the deception is, we think that we're the only one who is inferior and everybody else is handling things with confidence and capabilities, that it's illusory because we don't know what they're thinking unless they choose to share it. But with a little exploration, we discover many of great achievers in our world have shared it, and they do feel that way. Trish Taylor speaks to this. She says, discover your origins. Our beliefs come from somewhere. We are not born believing we can't do things. And I think there's value in what she's suggesting, and learning where you began to doubt yourself is important. But I think there's even more value in how we might address those doubts right now, how we might manage them in ways that lead to us being more successful. And I think, I've heard it expressed that it's sort of like playing a game of whack-a-mole. Every time our doubts begin to emerge, every time that voice begins to condescend inside our minds, we have to become active, right? To reject the passive, easy path and to say, we are not that voice. We're the one listening. And we can choose to speak in our own minds with the confidence to realize that there are skills and talents we've proven to get to where we are, and achievements we've had that led to the positions we're in. And when we speak those with truth and with conviction, we begin to replace that message of doubt with positivity and confidence. And when we have more of that message in our mind than that message of doubt, that becomes a way of dealing with this. And it becomes easier. The more we practice that, practice makes progress, the more we find ourselves putting those doubts aside and replacing them with confidence, so that hopefully we can get busy to the task of doing the things we're there to do. And when we attempt new things, sometimes imposter syndrome will reemerge, but now we have a tool for how to address it, with just the active task of being the voice replacing the doubts. Now, the more we practice all of the things, the better we'll get at it, and the more commonly and quickly we'll reach a point where maybe these doubts don't emerge as often. So I hope you enjoy Words for Wednesday. I hope you'll give us a like, a comment, and a share. And certainly I hope you'll be back next week. We will.